This is an Afterthought heel, positioning an Afterthought heel on a sock. So basically you knit the sock with no heel, but you put in a marker so that you can come back and add the heel later. I use a trick where I trace the foot of the person the sock's for. This is for my daughter. So when I get up to my mark, and this one's 1.5 inches back from the length of her foot, from the toe to the heel. On an adult sock sometimes it's 2.25, 2.5 inches. And then I have a contrasting yarn, makes it easier to pick up the stitches later. I've got this green here, gorgeous green, and I'm just going to knit across these stitches, not using my sock yarn but using my contrasting yarn. So I'm just knitting across the heel stitches. Doesn't matter about securing the ends of the yarn because you'll tie them two ends together in a loop once the Afterthought heel marker is in. So just knitting straight across. Sorry about the needle scratching on the table. Here we go, last few stitches. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's there, and then cut or break it. This time I'm going to break it. And then at this stage I'll join those together. So just knot them together. Should have left that first bit a bit longer, but it won't matter. It's nice if it's a knot you can undo later. And then going back to the yarn that the sock is knit in this case it's this peachy pink yarn, picking that up. I use a DPN to knit onto. If you don't have one, you can just slide the knit stitches back later, and then just knitting across in your sock yarn, and you just continue to knit the rest of the sock until you get up to the top, the cuff or the toe depending. And I'll show you once I've knit across. And that line of waste yarn stays in as stitching, and later on you pull that out and pick up the stitches either side. You'll have a series of loops. This is a 51 stitch sock I think, so I'll have about 25 loops on the top and 25 on the bottom. So you've got that row of green. I've got that row of green, and that'll be what I pull out later. So that's just the first part of an Afterthought heel.